We have come to Copenhagen because our eyes are open and we see what is happening to our planet. We see the damage, the weakening of the life systems that support us, the forests, the rivers, the air. We see the melting of the polar caps and the glaciers, the spread of deserts, the changing climate. Everywhere we see signs, and we know that what we have done to our planet will impact the future of many generations. This gathering in Copenhagen is a wake-up call for all of us. It is not too late. The earth can regenerate if we act now. We've brought about 40 religious and spiritual leaders from around the world to help mobilize the spiritual energy needed to create the awakening and the shift in consciousness that can help us address the challenges of climate change.
There is Swamis, there is Sufis, there is Bhikshus, there is Western mystics, there is all kind of people. There is Amazonians, indigenous people. So there is a very, very colorful group actually, you know. And what is really important is to be exposed to this diversity and then to see how is it possible to find that thread which unites us all.
If you could put your eyes in God's eyes, look at this planet through God's eyes, what would you feel? What would you see? What would you say?
We just might hear Mother Earth calling us to us. And if we close our eyes and open our hearts, I'm quite certain that we could hear her crying, weeping for her children, born and yet to be born.
Without vision, without wisdom, without awareness of the relatedness of the whole universe, how can you care for it? If you are so selfishly consume everything for your purpose, then there is no time to think of the world.
We have to look at this as the greatest security problem the human race has ever faced.
I believe that we are entering into the eye of a perfect storm of crises which are going to ask of all of us to evolve in a most dramatic way or contribute to the death of the planet.
And without a conscious awareness of the rest of the essence of God, no wonder we have lost sight of how to build a city, how to run a planet, how to save it. We have lost sight of God our Mother. It's God the Mother who stands by while we go on betraying our best selves in order to love us back to life in experiments the like of which we are standing in at this moment. It's God the Mother who, by giving us free will, makes us co-creators with the entire world. It's God our Mother who's encouraging us through these natural evils that we're facing to repent them and repair them while she enables us to survive them. It's God the Mother who carries us rather than lords it over us and forces us to face the fact that the fate of the earth is indeed largely in our own hands.
Vejo que essa necessidade hoje nos une aqui nesse lugar.
I see that this necessity of the need of that we're facing right now is uniting us in this place.
Porque vejo que a destruição já está chegando aonde nós estamos vivendo, diretamente e indiretamente.
Because I see that the destruction that is happening outside are already arriving in our homeland.
If this tent were to begin to burn down, what would we do? To prevent the tent from burning down completely, we would all try to find the source of water. We would all cooperate in carrying buckets of water. We wouldn't start bargaining with one another, saying, you carry 4 buckets of water, but I'm just going to carry 1 bucket. And we wouldn't certainly we wouldn't reach an agreement that it's sufficient that we put out 25% of the flames or 40% of the flames, but we wouldn't stop until we had extinguished the entire fire. Yet our planet, the world that we live in, is literally on fire.
And listening to the discussions at the Better Center, from the very first day, I hear the words accountability, transparency, equity, poverty reduction. And I ask myself, how many of us are really thinking of those in terms of values? Or are these things that we just hear and they pass? Because those are the values that the spiritual leaders teach us. These are the values that are represented in this room. And sometimes I think those people out there, they mention them, but they are not completely conversant and completely conscious about the depth of what we are talking about.
When we talk about spirituality, it may sometimes seem that something spiritual is separate from the physical or separate from the mental aspect of being a person. But actually, spirituality from the perspective of Chan is just knowing how to use this person in an intelligent way or in a wise way. So we don't cause trouble for ourselves, we don't cause trouble for others.
We have grown up to become self-aware, intellectual human beings, but we're so proud of that, we have stopped growing. We have instead turned to exploiting the very mother who has been feeding us and helping us grow, to subjugate her rather than learn from her. The essence of the present ecological crisis is the breakdown of our right relationship with Mother Nature, with Mother Earth. We don't even like to use these words. We keep speaking of save the environment, save the planet. We don't say save Mother Nature, save Mother Earth. That's the extent to which we have depersonalized, dehumanized and despiritualized ourselves.
King Wangchuk of Bhutan challenged the notion of gross national product and brought forward the thought about gross national happiness.
We are human beings. We can make our choice, and we have the power of thought. We can materialize whatever we want. And so this is the moment for us to choose to materialize a beautiful earth, a healed planet, and we have awakened to another realm, another dimension of our consciousness from which we build our economic policies. We drop issues that divide, we drop policies that divide, that destroy, and we build upon love, compassion, unity, and sharing, not profit-making economic policies.